Recording. Okay, good evening to all of you. Welcome back to Data Visualization course. It's a week 19, lesson 2, lecture 2, Tableau unions and introduction to calculation. This is we are going to discuss today. Announcements. Announcements about the BELT exam. We have created the mock exam to help everyone prepare for the upcoming BELT exam. So this exam is available here. Yesterday I recorded the video as well for this, the mock BELT exam solution as well. And this is already shared on the Discord. This is highly recommended if all of you can watch that video. And if you have any question before sitting into the exam, you can book 101. Okay. And this is a repository version for that one. And this is mock exam walkthrough. This is video link I have shared here as well. This is the same link I have shared on the Discord. Please go through these videos. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And if you have any problem or questions in the assignments, please feel free to ask, or you can book 101 and you can post your question on the Discord as well. So for the BELT exam eligibility, your BELT exam eligibility deadline is this Friday at 9 a.m. PST. 80% attendance is mandatory. You cannot miss more than one lesson. All of week 1 and week 2 assignments are submitted. And week 1 resubmission will be addressed. Okay. And from the week 3, the content from the week 3 of this stack or course will be in your BELT exam. Assignments due by Friday 9 a.m. PST. That is your core analyzing analyst salaries, part 1, core analyzing analyst salaries, part 2, and core project 4 with the Tableau. Okay. So this is just a heads up. In case when you are submitting the share URL, you may receive an error about the URL being invalid. If all of you remember, when we publish over any Tableau notebook publicly, you used to share from this share button. If you click on that, you copy and share it. But if you found the issue submitting that the same link here, then what you can do, you can copy the URL from the address bar. That is from here. This link you can use instead of the share button. So this is a solution for this thing in case you found this issue. Today's learning objectives are, we are going to discuss merging data with the unions, quick table calculation with the time series, calculations, date functions, how you can use that, logic function, if and else, and Tableau code along. So this is over today's learning objective. So first of all, we will review the correct Tableau definition for each term which you have learned in the previous lesson. This is your first question on the screen. What is the correct definition of the dimension? You can type your answer in the chat as well. What is dimension? Is it a property of time and space? Is this numeric data dependent variable, fields to explain or explore? Is it categorical data, text, grouping variable or independent variable, or one of the axes in a view? Hey. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Anyone else want to share? Okay, the correct answer is C. Okay. Dimension means categorical data text grouping variables and independent variable. If, right, and let me, okay, we can import any file here right now. I will show you. This is sheet 1, right? So these are the tables coming here. The values which is coming at the top, this is known as dimensions. This can be text, this can be categorical data, right? Independent variable, we call it measure names as well. Okay. And this is your measure values. Okay. So this is the correct answer. C. What is a field? Is this a location on the Tableau user interface where we set the rows or columns? Or a column from the original data set? An area of academic study, a grassy meadow? What is the correct answer? Anyone? Okay. Okay. So here, anyone else? Talking about the name of the column, right? Field and the column is the same thing. So whenever we use the term field, this means a column from the original data set. Okay. Location means view, where you want to, like, this is a Tableau user interface where we set the rows and column. If you remember, when you click on the sheet, on the right side, there is a view where you used to drag and drop the columns and the rows of the data set, right? If we are talking about the field, this means column that is from your original data set. Okay. Okay. Now the next question is, what is measure? Earlier we talked about the dimensions. Now we are talking about the measure. All right, great, great, great. So now answer is correct. Numeric data, dependent variable, fields to explain and explore. Good. Now what is a set? All of you remember we did the set yesterday and in previous lesson as well. How you create the set? A binary grouping variable, a nested arrangement of groups, a grouping variable with two or more groups, or using a field as a property. Yes, correct answer. We are just grouping the variable with two or more groups. Okay. What is hierarchy? A binary grouping variable, categorical data, a set of dimension groups, or a combination of related nested dimensions. This is for sure B is not the answer, correct answer, right? And hierarchy is not a binary grouping variable. So what is the answer from this? C and D. Okay. Anyone else? The correct answer is D, a combination of related nested dimensions. Okay. So this is the correct answer. All right, thanks for your contribution. If all of you, anyone have any confusion in the time series, please feel free to ask. Okay. Now we will talk about the combining rows across the files, that is called unions in the Tableau. So today's data, this is the main repository link. You can find the data here. And if you want to fetch the specific data, we are going to use these two data sets in today's lesson. This is UFUS and Student Union 2 version 2. This is inside the data folder in this repository. So you can download the data either from there. First of all, we will talk about today the Tableau unions. If we talk about the term unions, union means you are combining the two things together, right? One with the another. It can be more than two. It can be more than three. It depends upon the requirement. Now, if you look at this data set, in many cases, like sometime it happen, if you have the large data set, right? This is, you can see it is showing the different month of the data of the same year, but data is different, but it is showing in the different months table. So this is not at a one place. It is placed in a different data frames. So Tableau has an easy way to combine the rows into one table, and that table is known as union. So when you combine the tables together, that is called union. If you remember, we did it in a pandas many times. When you want to union combine the two data frames together, that is, you are using this method pd.concat. So what it will do, it will just concatenating the both data frame together, above one, then the next one, by matching its index, the column names value. So in Tableau, you can also do that. So when you will do the union, it will look like this way. So this is the day data. This is started with this 4, 10, 28, and then after come it just concat the data below this and then the third one. So this is called union in Tableau. You have two ways to do the union in the Tableau. The one way is your manually. So how you can do it manually? If you look at these on the right side picture, here in the Tableau, when you connect the data source in the Tableau, it will start showing on the left sidebar of the all files or the tables here, right? You can see here you have a multiple here files, CSV. So the current file will be here, okay? And when you drag the second file below this, you can see this highlighted union orange view is coming here. The shadow is coming here. So when you drag and drop it with it, it will create the union with these file, the current file. So both files will be concatenated. This is the manual version. Okay, I will show you when we will hop up on the Tableau. So this is called manual. You can do it one by one till you want to do. Okay. And then when you make the union, its symbol will be replaced like this. This symbol is known as a union symbol. Okay. Now, if we want to do it, no, we don't want to do it manually, there is another way. How you can do that? If you look at this table here in the picture again, at the bottom, you will find in the Tableau the new union button. Okay. So when you double click on that, it will pop up this window. So this window contains the two options specific, that is and another is wildcard. So we are going to use this one when we want to do the union in the Tableau. So what is the advantage of why we are like picking up this option wildcard? The reason behind that, when you click on that, first of all, it will open this pop-up window. In this, what is it is showing? Search in means it is showing the location where your data is, where your all files reside in your local environment. Okay. And then it says file include. Okay. I will show you there is another option as well. We will see in the live Tableau alone. This is the include. When you type the UFU, this is the first word, first three words you are typing with the asterisk sign. The meaning of the asterisk sign means it will union all the files starting with this UFU name. So if you look at this left side, all the files started with this name. What is coming behind that? It doesn't matter because we have used the asterisk sign. So it will pick up all the files, combine them and show you and make the union of all these files. So this means it will be automatically concatenated, all files. So there are another options as well. This is expand search to subfolders. This you can use if you have a more data inside the subfolder. And then expand search to parent folder. This means if you want to restrict this search only up to the parent folder. You don't want to search, you don't want Tableau to search the files with this name, starting with this name in the child folder, which is inside the parent folder. And then you will say apply and OK. When you will do that, it will create the union of all files together. Any questions about it? I will show you practically as well. So this is the union demo. So this is the, like all files are here in the local environment. Okay. This is over repository contains a processed version of UFU sightings data. This is split into yearly files. This contains the yearly data and use the same workflow as provided for the crime assignment. Okay. As you had a lot of files in the crime data set as well. We need to combine all of the years of UFO sightings into one table, which I have just shown you a few seconds ago using the union in the Tableau. Now we will jump onto the Tableau. So we will open this. Now here we will click on that. We will go into here. UFOs, you can, all of you can see we have this UFO sightings data based on year, different years. So I will select one, open. So rest all will automatically shown here, right? So what you want to do now? We want to make a union here. The first method was manual, right? So this file is already there. If I want to make a union with this one, I will take it here. Now you can see it is showing the orange shadow saying union. Okay. So I will leave it. So you can see it changes the icon. This means it is a union of these two files. Okay. This is the one. Now this is the manual way. This is the one way. For this, you need to do it one by one, all files here like these, and you can drop that. This is one way. But this will take your very like the too much time. So we will not follow this. I will just clean my this area. Okay. Then here at the left bottom, you see here the new union button. We will double click on that like this. Okay. Now we will click on the wildcard. So here, this is showing the location. If I hover on this is not showing the full path, but this is the same path where my data resides. Okay. From where I picked this data. Now it contains two options, include and exclude. Exclude means if you want to exclude that files. Okay. This is include. We will choose this. Here, we will write over name of the, or you can say prefix, right? Prefix of the file ufu, and then asterisk, sorry, shift, you can use this asterisk sign. Okay. So when you use this asterisk sign, it will pick up all files starting with this name. Okay. That's why we use asterisk sign. So now if you have any child folder inside this, but we don't have, so we don't need to take this option right now. Okay. Then we will say apply and okay. So it will take maybe 15 or 10 seconds. All right. So this is our data, right? The sign is changed. Every file is combined here, right? And here, if you want, this is showing the name of your file. We can change the name here if you want. You can name it sightings. Okay. And this is showing the your date. See, it is start showing from all years, right? It started with the 1906 going down. If you want to go into more detail, you can right click on that, click on the describe, and you can see it is showing all years data together. Okay. Any questions still so far? All right. Now, what we will do, we will go to the now sheet here. Okay. So now can anybody tell me what we call this field? What is this? How you name it? Yes, correct. It's a dimensions. We denoted it as a categorical data, text data, independent variables, right? And what is this?
Measure.
Yes, good, great. This is measures. It is dependent variable. It can be integer variables, right? So this is called this one, right? Now, what we need to do the next, and this is called pin. Okay, this full area. Okay, and now we will go back to over this sheet. Here, we other ways to combine the data as well. This is we are going to discuss in the next class for the relationships and the joins. We are not going to discuss it in today's lesson. So this is we will discuss in next class. Okay. Now we will do some quick calculation in your this table using this data. First of all, let's see this one. So if I click on this, the number of sightings here, right? It is showing this graph, right? This is bar graph. Now, if I want to see on in which month and year, it is like plotting the number of sightings based on the year, I will pass here the year. So it is showing the line chart from 1998 to this one, right? Year of this one and number of the count of the sites. Okay. In this, what we need to do, if you want, there are many ways to do the calculation in this. Okay. That is the convenient way. So very helpful quickly. For this, what you need to do here, we will come here. If you see, if you click on this, okay, right now it is showing you the count of the sightings based on the year. But if you want to show the percentage of total, okay, so how you will do? You will click on this drop down, quick table calculation, and you can click on the percents of the table. Okay, it will change it into the percentage. Okay, at the same like your location. Okay, so this is a quick calculation for this. If you look at this, it changed here the sign of the your pills as well. It is showing now delta. Okay, now after this, if I ask you, if I want to put the like say I want to show the data from 2000 to 2013 only. Can anybody tell me how you can do that and what we call it? Anybody? I want to show the data from, okay, anyone else? Set is something which we use when we want to show some specific things, right? We want to display it. Right now, if I'm asking you, I want to show only the data between, let's say, from 1999 to 2013, right? I'm only interested in these years. So for that, yes, correct, filter. We call it filter. So how you can apply that? If I'm talking about here, you can drag and drop this here, right? The date one. So we can select, if we are interested in the month and year, then we can choose this option. If we are interested in range of dates, we will go here. Next, we are not interested in the show times. So we will do this from here, right? So let's say we want to show from 1991. Here we go, 31. And we will do it 2019. Okay. So this is, we will do apply. Okay. So this means you have applied the filter on the current data. Okay. We call it filter. Now the next thing, we want to do some other quick calculation on that. So this is the way how we can do that. The quick calculation, how you can do that. You only need to click on the pill like this. Go here, quick table calculation, and you can choose whatever you want according to your requirement. Okay. So now we will jump on to the next step. Here we go. In this, modifying the quick table calculation, which options you have? You have compute using. This is we use if you want to change the direction, rows to column, columns to, or maybe not that one, like the first, previous, and that reference one. Okay. And then relative to change, the values are being compared. If you want to compare the values. Added table calculation will open a pop-up menu containing all options. Added means if you want to add the table calculation which you have already applied. Okay. Now, what the steps we are going to do? Here we have already selected the 1990 and this year by applying the filter. After that, we will calculate the percentage difference in the number of sightings relative to the previous date. Okay, how would you do that? How we will go to the quick calculation? Again, by clicking on this. Okay, here we will go, right? And now this is showing percentage of total, right? Now we want to do some calculation here. We will do, sorry. This is we already did here. But if we want to show the details here, add a table calculation. So now I want to do select the from the previous date, right? Percentage. So it is showing the difference from across the table, right? Previous one. If you want to show the calculation value, you can also do that, right? But if I want to do it from the first one, because I want to see how many number of sightings are like it's increasing based on the year from the first year, then I will choose this one. Okay. When you choose this one, okay, it will change the values. Let me the correct year. Month and year. We will see added filters in 1991. And then we will edit the calculation, change it to relative to the first date. This is the first date. We have already changed it here. If we do here added calculation, this is relative to the first because it started from here only, 1998. Okay. You can change it from previous and you can also change it from the first one. Okay. So this will show you the difference of the countings based on the your percents of the total in this. So this is how you can like apply the filters. You can how change the references. You want to show the data from the first or the previous one day of the year. And after that, now calculate the percent of total of the types of this shape using tree map graph. So in this, what we need to do, we will create a new sheet here. Okay. In this, what we need to do, we will double click on the shape. Now it is showing the all shapes here, right? If you want to see the graph here, right? Let's see, we want to this. We need a one or more dimension for this graph and 1 to 2 measures. So we will count here. Okay. Now it changed it into this graph. So we will change it into dendrograph here. It is showing the number of sightings of the per shape. Like if it's a number of sightings, the light, how many count of the sightings here, right? Now, if you want to see the percentage of this one, how would you do that? Can anybody tell me how we can make the calculation of percentage of difference? Now, as we did with the site in the previous sheet with the number of sightings. Okay, so let's try. So first of all, we will show the here count numbers here if you want, right? And again, you will use the control command in window. And then we will here and label the data. Now it is a labeling showing the number of count of the sites, right? If you want to change it into percentage of total, you can do like this. You will click on the pill again like this and then quick table calculation percent of total. Now it is showing the per shape of the sightings, the percentage of the total of your sightings. given shape. Either it's a light, triangle, circle, oval. What is the shape and what is the percentage of that? So this is like how you can display your number of sightings in the form of percentage. Any questions about it? Make sense? Yes, it's a very powerful tool. Okay. Now, this is like how you, till so far, you have seen how you can make a union. It is saving your time as well and helping you to do the calculations very quickly, right? How you can apply the filters if you are interested only in the specific year, or because we are working on time series data, it's easy to retrieve, right? You can directly apply the filters. If you have applied the filters, right? Then after that, if you want to change the percentage of difference from previous, like the day or the first day, right, of the year, then you can also change the relative position of the like the difference, like how your Tableau can make the calculation based on what. Okay, so these are the like about the introduction of all the like quick table calculations. Now we will move ahead. We will talk about the now calculated fields. Okay. So in this, what we need to do, earlier you were using the quick calculation, which is done by the Tableau automatically. You only need to choose the option. But there is another option as well, that is calculated field. So in these, calculations are written using Excel like formula, like you do in the Excel. It is you have two options to do that. Okay, how? We will hop over again here. Now create a new sheet here. Okay, now look at this. This is a date field. Okay, either you can click here. Okay, in this, right, click here, create, and you can click here, calculated field. It will open like this. Maybe sometime it will be like this. You need to click on this to expand this window. Okay, so it will show you the all functions here. So we used to use, sorry, these functions in the Excel. If you remember, you used to write it in the bar. This is showing automatically the date field here. Why? Because I have right clicked on the date. So it will automatically pick up the name of the field on which you want to apply the any function. You don't need to write that. You can see it is coming in the square bracket in the orange color. So this means it is the already column in your original data set. And it will also show you the calculation is valid. Okay. So here you can rename it if you want. Okay. So this is the one way. Another way, you can click on the analysis. Again, you can create here, create calculate. Okay. Here, no option will come automatically because I have selected from the top menu. Here you need to write everything your own. On which field you want to apply the method, right? The name of that, and then you can apply. So this is another way. This is your choice. If you are no, I want to like create the field, calculated field is specific on this field, then you can go with this option. Okay. So this is the window, how it pop up for the calculated field. Now we will jump onto this. This is, we have already discussed. I will not repeat this. This is the types of functions for calculated field. As we have seen, if you click on the drop down, you have seen the many functions over there. So the most common functions we use The aggregation functions, that is sum, average, median, count, continued, etc. Okay. Number functions, this is minimum, maximum, round, seal, etc. Okay. String functions you can use contains, ends with, replace. If you remember, you used many functions in Python as well with the code. So here it is providing you inbuilt. And then date functions, date add, date difference, date name, date part, etc. Logical functions, this is if else. Remember, we did in the Python, if we put the condition, colon, and then you write the action plan. Okay. If this condition is true, this action going to be happen. Okay. Same thing you need to write here as well for the logical function. Okay. We will do that. So now let's jump on to the date name for the time series EDA first. Okay. How would you do that? So now we are going to use the date name function to reproduce a similar feature engineering as we did in the time series. Okay. You used to, if all of you remember, if I'm asking you, can you fetch out the weekday from the date, right? So you have an inbuilt method in Python as well, right? You just need to give the date name and you just pass the weekday. Remember? So same way you need to do here. How would we do that? We will come here. This is your date. We will click on that, create, calculated. Okay. So date method is already coming. Sorry, field is already coming. So we will write here the function date. See how user friendly this is. If you type the date, it starts showing you the all functions which is belong to date. So we are interested in date name. We will choose this. F means function. Function date name. It is also showing you what parameters you need to pass inside this method. So it is the date part, date, and start of the week. Okay. So now we are interested in the weekday. We will put it into this one. Weekday. We need to separate it with comma. See, now, right now it is saying the calculation contains errors. Okay. Because there is an error here. So this bracket should be closed here. Okay. Now it will say the calculation is valid. So it will automatically show you the errors if you are doing something wrong. And after that, we will say here, we will keep its name weekday. And then apply. Okay. So it is created. Where it is? Here. Okay. So this is how you can use the functions using the calculated field to create it. Any questions about it? You can try with the, if you are doing the parallelly, you can try with the hours. You can try with the other methods as well. This is given in over here. Year, hour, you can try that. How it look like to do the more EDA using the date, your function. Okay. So now let's see, we will double click on that. Now it is showing the weekday, okay, of the sightings. If you are interested in looking at the count, see, it starts showing the on Sunday, how many, what are the number of the counts of the sighting. Sorry, Sunday. Then Monday, so you did the further analysis, you are checking each day of the week, the count of the total sightings based on the year. Okay. So this is the one way to do the calculation. Now we will jump onto the logic functions. Okay. In the logic function, you use if, else, else, if. If means first condition is true, right? Else if. Can anybody tell me when we use the else if, what does it mean? Anybody know about it? Anyone? Okay, I will tell if condition means first condition. Okay, so here if this is like if I say if color is equals to yellow, then this action will be played. Else if means second condition. Okay, this means second condition. It is not going to exit your loop. Okay, second condition, then if first condition is false, your loop will come on to the second condition, that is known as else if. After that, else come. This is default condition. If no condition is true from the if and else if, it will automatically true your this condition. Okay, so this is how we use the logical functions. You can also use and or not to combine the conditions here. Okay, now here if I show you in the Tableau versus Python logic function, okay, instead of double is equal to, your Tableau uses is equal to sign only to check the condition. Okay, it does not use a double equal to, but in Python when you are writing the conditional statement, you always say if color double equal to yellow. But if you are writing the same condition in Tableau, you will write if color is equal to, only one time, is equal to yellow. So this is the difference between the Tableau conditional logical conditions and between the Python. No commas needed in your Tableau. Use then instead of tabbing over inside an if statement. But in Python, we never use then. We only use a colon. Okay. Must finish with the and keyword. But in Python, we don't need this keyword. So we will first do one more example here to do the more analysis with the week of the day. Okay. Now, if you know, this is showing the each week of the day, the number of sightings. If you want to create a bar graph for this one, we will change it like this. Okay. So now you can see here. If you look at this graph, it is showing Sunday and Saturday have a more number of sighting instead of the other one days, right? If you want to do the more deep analysis in this, right, you want to check, we will go here. We will click on the analytics. Okay. So there are many good options you can try according to your analysis. You have a constant line, average line, median with quartiles, average with this confidence interval, and median with this 95% confidence interval. You have a cluster, reference line, band, distribution band. Here we are interested in the reference line because I want to see like what is the average number of the sightings according to the days. So we will double click on that. When you will double click on that, you can see here, it's showing the value number of sightings count. By default, average is coming. Okay. So now if you are interested in the line only, then it's okay. But if you want to see the like with the confidence interval, you want to see the range of the other one, we will do, this is 95%. This is your choice. You can change it according to your requirement. Okay. So now click on OK. Can anybody interpret this result here? The average of each number of the sightings on each day is here, right? From here. So it is drawing the line here. Okay. But if we look at the according to the confidence interval, it is showing some data points or your values between this range as well on Monday. Okay. So this is means this is still the highest number of the like showing the number of sites average on Sunday, right? According to the average line, still not Monday. Okay. Any questions still so far about this? All right. Okay. Now we will jump on to the code along of the Tableau, okay, with the dataset student union. Okay. So I will save this as part of the lesson, like class 19 to part 1. Okay. So we will save this. So I will share this link, okay, later on. Okay. Can anybody tell me if I don't want to show it publicly, on which option I need to go? Which option I need to make off? Where I need to go first? Anyone?
Settings.
Yes. And then which option I need to turn off? This one. Okay. Because it is saying if turned off, the visualization will be hidden. Okay. So this is the option. Now we will close this one and I will open the new Tableau here. We will import the data now. Okay. Student Union version 2. We will click on that. Here we go. Okay. 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 Now, can anybody tell me how I will make a union here of all the files? Where I need to click first?
New union.
Very good. Now next. Yes, Lipping. Great. And now what we should write here? Anyone? All you know what we need to write here, right? Look at this name of the file. It is a starting all.
Student. Perfect.
Yes, all starting with the student. Great. So we will write here student. Okay. So I will use the asterisk sign. Okay. Now, here is a very important thing. If we go back to our data folder here, in this, it contains some like information, one subfolder. Okay. That is belong to another school. Okay. So for that, we will make this selection. Okay. I will show here. Just give me 1 second. Let me open the folder. Close it. Again, I will show you here. Just give me 1 second. When you click here, you can see here is another folder inside the parent folder. Okay. So you have another student data as well. Okay. So for that, we will check that option here. So I will create here like this student. Okay. Now we want to expand the Tableau to search to the subfolders. Okay. That's why we tick this. Okay. It will go inside the other folder and then we will use the asterisk sign here. Say apply. and okay. Here we go, right? If you want to confirm is it doing correct or not, you will go on to the right side here. There is a one, this subject. Okay, so this is a another subject, and this is your math one will also come down. Okay, so it merge your all data. Okay, now if you want to see, this is your this one, and if you want to see the more detail, you can look at it here as well. Okay, this is the one, and if we want to see the math and Portuguese, this one, we can see the here as well. Okay, so it is showing the both members of the school. Okay, so this means it union the data correctly. Okay, now we will click on the first sheet. Okay, so I will reunion the union to students now. I forgot it. So we will go back here. I will name it students. Okay, so now what is next? So this is, we are going to calculate the latter grades. Okay. So for that, if you remember from the regression to classification model insights, right? You did this earlier as well, calculating the latter grades from G3. Okay. In this, the school informed us when they determine letter grades, they first convert the raw scores to out of 20 into percentage out of 100. Okay. So we will calculate it here. So for that, we will create a grade percent calculated field using an aggregation function. Okay. So in this, what we will do? So where is the grade? Here the grade comes. Okay. So how will you create the here grade percentage? Could you tell me? What will be the formula here? They are telling us. Convert the raw scores out of 20 into percentage out of 100. Right? So what is the grade value here? Right? We will divide it by 20 and then multiply by 100. Okay? And we will name it grade percentage. Okay? We can name it with this one. So this is how you can calculate the percentage of the grade. Then apply. Okay. Okay. So now where it is? It is coming here now. Okay. So this is calculated now. So what is the next thing? Create a letter grades calculated field using logical function and show the table with the student count. Okay. So we need to create the letter grade now. So in this letter grade means we need to say if the grade score is greater than equal to 90, what will be the letter grade? A. And this is the second condition. If it is between 80 to 90, the grade B, letter grade B. So we need to prepare the logical condition here using like this calculation. So I have already prepared here. I will copy and paste in the chat as well. If you are interested, all of you are doing parallelly. So this is a one calculation. So we will come here. We need to create it using this. So we will create calculated field on this. Okay. So here you can see the grade percentage field is coming itself. Okay. So we will paste it here. Okay. Now you can see it start showing the error. So this means something is wrong here. So I think there is extra space maybe. Or we can type the grade percents here. This one. Like this. Okay. So we will correct it. This one and this one. Okay. So this is how you are writing the condition. Look at this condition. This is saying if there is a no round bracket, it only contains the name of the field inside the square bracket. And then putting the logical condition greater than equal to if 90 grade, then it says A. Else if, this is your second condition. If first condition is going to be false, your controller will come here, it will check the second condition. Then it will say greater than equal to 80, then it should say B. If this is false, then it will go here, then here. If nothing is true out of all these four conditions, it will say then D. Okay. If all of these conditions are false up to this, then it will say else F. This is default. If nothing is true, everything is false, it will say F. Okay. So now we will, you can see here we are using the then here, but in Python we don't use this keyword. We simply say here colon. And it will always end with the end statement. Now everything is okay, calculation is valid, we will say apply. Okay. Oh, I forgot to name it. So we will rename it with the letter grade. So here we go. We will rename it with the letter grade. Okay. So now we will show based on the grade the number of the students. So I will double click on that, right? Now you can see it is showing the letter grades A, B, C, D, F. So now we can show the number of counts, right? So F, D, A, B, C, D, this one. So we are just showing the table here, right? In this. If you want, you can change it into the graph. This is your choice, okay? And this is a graph, okay? So this is a 1 point. Now what we will do? We will say here, back. Any questions how we did calculated it, why we are doing this grade percentage, letter grade? Okay, now we will create the groups and hierarchies. Okay, so we will create a new pass and fail group where letter grades A, B, C are a part of pass and D and F are a part of fail group. Okay, how would you do that? We will come here again. Okay, so we will do this here. Student count again. Where is our letter grade? This one. Okay, I want to create a group now. I will click on this, right? We will go here, create group. Okay, we are not creating set, it's a group. We are just grouping the data. Okay, so now we want to keep A. You can press the shift button from your window, A, B, C. Okay, click on the group. So it made a one group of A, B, C. We will name it pass. Okay, and then we have a D, F. Okay, group. Sorry, I left this one. We will ungroup. So I will press this group. Okay, so we will say here fail. Okay, so DF contains the fail group and we can now name it pass and fail. Okay, and then we will say apply. Okay, so this will become the group now, pass and fail, based on the grading system. Okay, so now what is next? Now we will create a hierarchy of school subject semester, so we can use it together. In which school, which subject, in which semester, how many students were pass and fail. Okay, so how you can create the hierarchy? Hierarchy is nothing, just the like, we can say top to down, how the things are coming, grouping together. So first of all, we should know, like we know, first the school, right? If you want, you can drag and drop inside this like this. You can see it is start showing the location, right? So you can do like this way as well. Okay, it will open, pop up this window. This is one way. You can name it here. Okay, and if you want, you can click on this pill. Okay, you will say hierarchy. Okay, you don't need to go create here. You will just directly, we have option this, create. I will name it first school, then subject, and then we will have, sorry, semester. Okay, so we will say okay. So this is created. So I will drag and drop the things inside this. The bottom line, you can see it is coming. You want to keep it under the school or above the school. Okay, so we will put it here, and then we will put the semester here. Okay, so this will become the hierarchy. Now what we need to do? So we are like did this, we have created the letter grades, grade percentage, we have a now pass and fail grouping, we have a hierarchy as well. So now we will do the calculate the percentage of total student count for letter grades and visualize as a tree graph or dendrogram. So here we go. So first of all, if you want, you can add this thing here as well. Okay, school, subject, and semester. Okay, so now this is like it's showing now letter grades, each school, in which subject, in which semester, what is the grade of the student, right? It is showing now this way. Now we will jump on to the next sheet here. We will first calculate the letter grade, your percentage of the student count for the letter grades. Okay, so now we will come here. This is the one. We will double click on that. We will see here percentage of total. Okay, now we will change into this graph first, and then we need to add the letter grade here. Where is our letter grade? Okay, now this is changed into, sorry, where is my, so here we will change it into this graph. Okay, because that graph was not making too much sense. Okay, so we will change into this. Now you can visualize the other things here. Okay, so if you want to show on the label the grade, the student count, you can also do that. We what we will do here, now we will press the control button here, and we will label it. It is showing 100% here, which is not. Now if you want to change its the quick calculation table from here. This one, the cross table. I will go back to, this table mine now. We will change the percentage first. Quick table calculation, percents of top table, and if you want to show this calculation now using total grants, we should right click over analysis, this one. Now, if you want to show it, the row grants total of from each school, each subject to the semester of the students, you will go to the analysis, totals, show the row grant totals. So it will start showing like this way. But if you want to show the total grants by column wise, it will start showing like this. Okay. It will automatically calculate your grant total for the column row wise. And if you are saying it is like totals by row grant totals, then it will do the calculation each row column wise, like in this direction. And when we are talking about the columns, it is doing in the top to down like this way. So this is how you can, like we can see, it is showing the from both schools, each subject, from each semester, what is the percentage of the like total students letter grade, right? So this is how you can do the analysis using this data set. Any questions about it? You can also draw this more. You can work with this one the same way. Okay. And the other way is this one. Any questions about it? Okay, so this is exploration time now. Okay, we are left with the time. I will open the breakout rooms. Okay, using the same student data, you can explore the things more now. Okay, you need to think what else you want to see according to this data set, right? We have explored the students letter grades based on the percentage of each semester belong to each subject of the school, right? What else you want to see? Okay. So what you need to do, you can use a dictionary on the following slide. This is given here. Okay. And explore the what fields and features would provide the interesting insights into student performance. Okay. So combine any interesting visualization you create in the Tableau story, and you can also share your visualization on the Discord channel as well. Okay. Any questions before I open the breakout room? Okay. So what else we can do from here using these fields? Okay. Take your time. I will open the breakout room. If any questions come up, please feel free to ask. I will stop sharing.